Well, I thank the chairwoman for yielding, and I want to concur with Chairman Waters' opening on this important reform measure. It is not without a deep compromise on the Democrat side of the aisle, nor on the Republican side of the aisle, but that is the work of hard legislating when you can come to terms about an important program that serves 5 million customers that is in need of customer-based reforms. So I thank Chairwoman Waters for how she engaged in a deep and meaningful way in the substance of the policy, and for bringing about what is a rational reform to the program. I want to thank the staff that worked extensively, and Ed Scala on the Republican side of the aisle, who's worked on this issue for many years, in particular, and on the Democrat side of the aisle, Chairwoman Waters' Democrat financial services staff had major areas of reform that they sought, and they were able to come to terms at the staff level, and then at the member level, the personal engagement by the chairwoman was substantial and real, and help bring about what is actually sound policy that I think we can actually bring about into law. So we all know the flooding is the most common, destructive, and expensive natural disaster we face. What worked in the Lyndon Johnson era doesn't work in 2019. We know that 5 million policyholders have come to rely upon this very important program. And what we have before us is a series of customer-driven, customer-focused reforms. H.R. 3167 will not only provide long-term certainty to the NFIP, but will modernize the program to ensure it has the tools it needs to perform its functions. It will provide the necessary resources to communities, modernize mapping, and allow for innovative technology. H.R. 3167 will ensure that there are appropriate levels of mitigation funding, increased ICC coverage, better use of technology and mapping, and more risk sharing to protect taxpayers, just to highlight a few of the provisions of the bill. In addition, H.R. 3111 will make necessary reforms to NFIB's claims process, will ensure that bad actors are punished, and will provide for greater transparency with respect to the documentation and administrative decisions. Together, these two bills allow the NFIP to operate and NFIP customers to benefit from the 21st century revolution of technology. So I encourage my colleagues to support these two bills. And again, in closing, I would concur with every word of Chairwoman's statement to open up this discussion and debate on what we have before us. I thank Chairwoman Waters for her engagement. I think we have good policy before us for the members on both sides of the party, and real reforms that we can actually see into law. And I think that is a very, very healthy thing. Short-term extensions benefit no one. Substantive reforms benefit the taxpayer over the long run and the program over the long run. That's what we have before us today. And with that, I urge my colleagues to vote yes. And I thank, again, Chairwoman Waters for her engagement on this and for bringing about the terms that are going to enable us to have a 5-year extension of this very important program. So with that, yield back.
Thank you very much, Mr. McHenry.